there, thanks for joining me to color. Today we are going to be working on this adorable Stampin' Bella image called Edna Loves Ice Cream. Isn't she cute? I love her. And I love the little sentiment that comes with it. That's super cute. I always start my diet on the same day tomorrow. Sounds like something I would definitely do. I will put a link down in the description box to the card kit and all the supplies I used. I would love for you to come shopping with me. Also, if you have a question, go ahead and leave me a comment and I will make sure and get back to you. Otherwise, I have already stamped my image on Nina 80-pound Solar White cardstock with Memento Tuxedo Black ink. So let's color. So we're going to start out by outlining our image with C0, and I'm not going to do anything special. I'm just going to do a quick little outline around my entire girl and her sundae. And you can make it as thick or as skinny as you like. I usually just wipe my pen around the outside of my image, and what I get is what I get. I like doing it first too, because if I get some on somewhere where I don't want it, it can easily be erased. And it just adds a little bit of a shadow so that it looks like it's got kind of popping off the page, not quite so flat. Go around that cute little curly Q in her hair. And back down this way. And around her wing. She's just super cute. And we're going to go back down over here to her shoe. So next, let's give her some ground to stand on. For that, we're going to use W2, 1, and 0. I'm going to start with my W2. And let's go. I want to go just a little bit up past the bottom of my cup here, or my sundae dish. And we're going to go over here. Oops. Over this way, go around her shoes. Try not to color them. Let's see, let's bring this out. She's got some wings here and stuff, so let's go out this way a little bit more. And then I'm going to go with W1. I just want to soften the edge a little bit. So let's go like so. And then I'm going to take W0. And then I like to go back again with my W2 and just give it a little bit more of that shadow back in there. So I'm going to hold my pen up a little bit straighter so I can just kind of do a few little quick lines. I'm going to try not to color my dish like I did over here. And then for that little spot there where I colored this sundae dish, I'm just going to take my Colorless blender and wipe that off because it's going to be pretty clear, and there's a little dab here on her shoe, so let's get rid of that. Next, let's work on her skin and her cheeks. For her skin, we're going to use E11, 21, 00, 000. For her cheeks, I'm going to use R02, 12, and 11. I'm going to start with my E11, and let's go ahead and do this one here, down here on her legs first. So I'm going to do a little bit underneath her skirt and then come down her leg. Pretty tiny right here, so you've got to be kind of careful. And then again up here, we're going to do under her skirt. And then I'm going to come on the back side of her leg and give her ankle there a little indentation. Come across like that. Then I'm going to grab E21. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer here. E21. So for my E21, I'm going to go ahead and just color this leg in. Okay, now I want to flick away from my line. So I'm touching down on my E11 and I'm flicking out here into my white. And then we're going to add E00. a little bit of a line there, so I'm going to go back a second time and flick it a second time. And then I'm going to fill it in with my E000. I'm going to go this way so I make sure I don't flick too far and go outside the line there. And then I'm going to go around the back of her leg where I got a little bit of a shadow line and just smooth that out. And then we'll go up here and we will work on her arms. So again, I'm going to start with my E11. And right over here, she's got a little bit of her arm showing over here. And then for her hand, let's go around like so, do her elbow there, or her wrist. And then over here, I'm going to go around like so, give her wrist a little bit extra. And for the back of her arm here, let's go like this. And then I'm going to go with E21. And again, touch down on top of E11 and flick away. Down here, we're going to, not too much space, I'm going to fill the rest of this part down here. And then up here, we're going to flick, flick, flick. And same for this. And then we're going to go with E00. And I'm going to fill in her arm on this side. And then E000 to do the rest of her hands. And this back arm just to soften those lines. Okay, then we're going to go with E11 again. So let's go ahead and do her chest here. And then for her face, let's do underneath of her hairline. Come around over here. And I kind of made it go out even with her hand over here. And we'll bring it around over here to this hand. And then I want to go underneath of her bangs over here. And then we're going to add E21. And same thing, let's just flick along that line, add a little bit of color. This side of her glasses a little bit. In between her nose there. And then we're going to go with E00. I'm going to fill this in down here. And let's add a little bit in between her glasses. And then I'm going to take my E000 and go over the entire area. And I drew right over the top of our cute little pouty lips there, because we're going to color those dark red, so that won't even matter. Now let's add a little bit of cheek color, so I've grabbed R02. And over here, we don't want to put too much. Let's do a little dab right above her glasses, and maybe a little bit by her finger there. And then over here, I'm going to give her a little bit more. But again, not too much. She's kind of got her cheeks all poofed up there. And this is R12. So I'm just barely touching the side of that R02 and just softening it a little bit. And then R11 to soften it further. And then I'm going to take my E000 and go over that, just to soften it just a tad bit more. And then let's grab, what did I do to her lips? R39, so let me grab that, and we'll give those just little dots of color, and I'm just barely going to touch my pen down. Just give her a little bit of pouty mouth there. For her hair, I'm going to use E44, 43, 42, and 41. I'm going to start with E44, and I'm going to cheat. I'm just going to go with my E44, I'm going to go over each of the lines that the artist drew on here for me. Nothing and fancy. Just going to swirl that in there. And then a few of these, let's do like this. And I'm not caring that if I don't get exactly on the line, that's fine, because we're going to add some more color. And she's got a little bit of her hair showing right down here by her glasses. So I'm going to give that a little dab. And then over here, here's some hair in here. And then again, let's do some of these lines. And then I'm going to go with E43 next. And so for E43, I'm just going to go kind of swirl my pen around in like little half circly, swirly things. So just kind of doing a little, kind of weird little asterisks, I guess. Just kind of dabbing the color in there. I want her to look like she kind of has curly hair. Then we're going to go with E42, and the same thing. I'm just going to take my pen and just kind of swirl it around in big circles. And don't forget down here, I'm going to get that in there. And then for last, we'll do E41. Go back and fill some more of this space in. Just going to go from one side to the other side here and brush this color on and kind of squish all those colors together. And I think I want it to be just a little bit darker, so I'm going to grab E43 again. And I'm just going to go in here and do a few more of these little swirls. And then I'm going to take E44 and I'm going to go over these lines that I did before. Darken those back up. And I think I'll do just a little bit of this up here, just some little swirls up here, just to kind of break that up just a little bit. Let's do her glasses, a belt, and her shoes next. For that, we're going to use Y26 and 23. I'm going to start with my Y26 up here on her glasses. So I'm going to color in this little middle section here, and then for the glasses, I'm going to kind of go around here like that, and I kind of left it white up here. Same thing for this side. Let's kind of go a little bit around here. And then, well, let's bring this, it's kind of tipped down over here, so let's bring a little bit of this over here. And then I'm just going to take my Y23 and go over that edge and fill the rest of these glasses in. And then later I took my glossy accents and I filled in the center of her frames in here so she would have a little piece of glass there. Got a little bit of a line there, so let me brush over that side just like that. And we're going to go down here. She's got a little belt on her skirt, on her dress. So I'm going to take my Y26. Let's bring that out here like this. And then again, fill it in with your Y23. Soften this edge. Just bring it out here a little bit more. And then we'll hop down here and we'll do her shoes. So again, grab Y26. And I'm going to do that down the back of her shoe. And we're going to bring it over like this. And then for this one, we'll go like this. And then I'm just going to take my Y23 and go over the entire thing. I'm even going to do it down the side here just to soften it just a little bit. For her wings, let's use BG01 and BG000. So I'm going to start with my BG01, and I just want to outline the little swirl she's got on here. That, maybe go a little bit here along the edge of her arm. And then the same for this side over here. I'm just going to outline. Oops, a little tight in there. And then I'm going to take my BG000 and I'm just going to brush, cover up the rest of that color and brush right over the top of my BG01. And then later, I took my Stickles Stardust and I covered them with Stickles so they'd be all sparkly. You could also use your Wink of Stella brush pen if you have that. That looks cute. For her dress, let's use BG 72, 93, and 90. I'm going to start with my BG 72. Oh, and I have a little bit of lace right here I should have put. Let me grab my Y26 again. There's a little bit, whoops, right here. There's a little bit of loopy ribbon right here at the top of her dress. I'm going to color that in. I don't want to have to color that some other color. Okay, so I'm going to start with my BG 72. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that right here along the edge of her arm. And then for the back of her dress, right here on the top, let's go underneath of her arm and right next to her belt. And then I'm going to grab BG 93. And I'm going to fill this in. And I want to also make sure to go over my BG 72. I tried to get close to the color, a color on the paper that there's a little stripe on the paper on the card kit that was a bluish green. So we tried to make the dress to match that a little bit. Okay, and then we'll go down here, we'll do the skirt. So I'm again going to start with my BG 72. And let's go, oops, let me turn her a little bit more so I can see better. Let's go right next to her belt. And then I'm going to go down each of these lines. And then we're going to go under the underlayer of this skirt. And then we're going to add BG 93. Let's go ahead and dab this on the bottom of the skirt here. And again, I'm trying to go over the top of my BG 72. And then for the skirt up here, again, let's go across this. Just so I don't forget, I'm just going to go right across here. And then, let me turn my girl a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and go right next to her wing too, so I don't accidentally color that. And then I want to bring this out like so. And let's go right next to this glass here. And then I'm going to take my BG 90, because it's such a big jump, that's pretty dark. I'm going to put it onto I'm going to rub my BG 90 onto my BG 93. And then I'm going to touch down here on my BG 93 and just soften that edge a little bit. I ran out, so let me grab a little bit more. I'm just going to work my way across to the other side. I'm not being very neat or tidy about it. Just going to doing a quick run through here. And let's get down here on the bottom too. Other side. And then I'm going to take my BG90 without my pin on there, and I'm just going to fill in the rest of this color. And I do the bottom here. Let's push up this way. And then same for this. Let's go. And I'm going to bring this down, and let's kind of swirl this around a whole thing, kind of smush those colors together. And I think I'm going to grab my BG93 again. And let's just flick this out here just a little bit. And then we'll take our BG90 again and kind of brush over the edge of those flicks. And then I'm going to take my BG72 and I'm going to draw these lines back in. So let's hop up here and we're going to work on the straw here in her soda, or in her ice cream sundae. So we're going to make the straw, we're going to use R37, 32, and then C1. So I'm going to start with my R37. I'm going to pick a stripe. And let's just do like that. And you're going to skip one. And this last one here. And then I'm going to grab R32, and I'm going to fill the rest of those stripes in. I think I'll go with my R37 one more time. And bring it out just a little bit more. I don't want to have quite so much pink on there. And then again with my R32. Soften that edge there, that's better. And then I'm going to take my C1 and I'm just going to flick across the side. Like here on this side. And then I'm going to leave it white over there. Since I have the reds out, let's do the cherry up here. For that we're going to use R39, 37, and 32. I'm going to start with R39. And let's do a little dab right here in the center. And then I'm going to use this color right along the edge of this whipped cream. And then I'm going to go with R37. So again, let's do a little bit up here. I left a little dab of white there that I'm going to just go over with my R32. Let's do the whipped cream next. For that, we're going to use W0. So take my W0, and I'm going to go along those lines. I'm just going to outline it like this. And then I'm going to leave it like that. Oh, I got a little bit of red on my stuff, so let's flick that up here just a little bit. Give that a little bit more gray there. Then we'll go down here, we'll do the chocolate sauce. For that, we're going to use E47, 44, and 43. I'm going to start with my E47, and I'm just going to go away from the whipped cream. And then we'll add E44. And then E43 to fill it in. Kind of pat along this line here, open that up. And then for the ice cream, I'm going to use E50. And I didn't do anything fancy. I'm just going to swirl my color in there and fill it in. She's having French vanilla ice cream. So that leaves us with our sundae glass. For that, we're going to use W1, 00, B000, E50, and my colorless blender. I'm going to start with W1. I'm going to use this color to go right along the edge of these wrinkles. Let's call them wrinkles. Go like that. Same for this one. And I'm trying to not make them too wide. And over here, we'll do the same thing over here. So these creases, I guess we can call them creases in the glass. Down here, and then let's add a few little streaks for shadows. And then I'm going to take my W00, and I want to soften the edge of those. So I'm going to go right along the edge of my W1. Then we'll add some B000. Okay, let's add a little bit up here on top. And then I want to add some dabs coming down on my glass. Go right over where I put the last color. And how about this one? I'm going to give it a little bit of color right here. And then inside, let's give a little dab in here. That. And then I'm going to take my E50 and I'm just going to brush over the top of all of those colors. And then I'm going to take my colorless blender and swipe over all of them again. So there's our beautiful Edna Loves Ice Cream all colored up. Didn't she turn out cute? Love her. And then again, here's my finished card. And I didn't pop anything up on my card this time. The entire thing is flat. I added some Spica glitter pen to her hair in clear to add some sparkles. Some Stickle Stardust to the wings here to make them all nice and sparkly. And then on the inside of her glasses, I did some glossy accents to give them some glass in there. So she got a lot of glimmers going on. You can also do some sparkles down here on her dress. That would be really cute. So I hope you had fun coloring with me today. If you have a question, make sure to leave me a comment and I will get back to you. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.